Hello, everyone. You're welcome again to another edition of our mathematics segment at the Global Entertainment uh, program. Now, I remain the same person. My name is Abimbola Temitope. And if you could remember, we're working on one of the vital topics in mathematics. And what is that topic? The topic is logarithm. And I believe you are following us as we are engaging on this. We've treated a topic on indices, and this is another topic entirely. And the topic we started it last term, the topic is called logarithm. And like I told you, if you could remember, I said indices and logarithm, they work hand in hand. They work pari passu. And both of them, if you could remember, they have 7 commandments, which are 7 laws of indices and 7 laws of logarithm. And if I could remember vividly, I gave you the 7 laws of logarithm. So, and the 7 laws of logarithm, we're going to use those laws to work on the problems we are having today. Now, and okay, let me write down the problems, the questions that we have on this particular logarithm, following the laws of logarithm. What are the laws? Number 1 problem. Examples. Examples. Question number 1. The question says simplify log 4 plus log 8. That is the first question. Log 4 plus log 8. If you could remember, there is a law that says the law that says log AB, log AB base M. If you look at this particular value, it means A times B. So the sign that is between this A and B is multiplication sign. So definitely we are turning this to addition form of logarithm, which will give us log A plus log B. And look at the base very well. The base will be shared between the two what? Between the two log, giving us log A base M plus log B base M. That is what the law says. And we are going to use the law to solve this particular question. And okay, let's solve this. We have log A solution. We have log 4 plus log 8. Log 4 plus log 8. And one of the things you need to note is that you will look at it. Do they have the same base? Me looking at this question on the board now, 2 of them doesn't have base. And if they doesn't have base, according to the mathematics form, that means they are both in base 10. But we don't need to put that. Let's just solve it the way it's being put out. So they are both in base 10. So me looking at this, you can see the sign that is at the middle. The sign is plus. So what do we need to do? We need to change the sign to what? To times, by multiplying the 4 and the 8, because they both belong to the same what? the same base. And what is that? You just say log bracket, what do we have? 4 times 8. And when we say log bracket 4 times 8, this will give us log 32. Log 32, which is the answer to this particular question 1. So if you are giving something like this, definitely you should know that what you are going to do is that what? You will multiply the 2 log term. Now, question number 2. Question number 2, the question says, simplify log 54 base 3 plus log 15 base 3 minus log 10 base 3. Looking at this particular question, you will see that the 3 log are in the same base. Base 3, base 3, and base 3. What do we need to do? You need to take note. According to the law, looking at this, the sign between these 2 log is plus, and the sign between this and this is what? Is minus. What do you need to do? It's just as if you are following something like this. Log A plus log B minus log C. This one is going to give us log. Then if you look at this, plus is between them. That is A times B. I told you, if you can remember, once you have the log of plus, what you need to do is that what? You have to multiply it. That is log A times B. Minus simply means what? Division. That is, you are going to divide it. So what do you need to do? Is that division is the same thing as all over. It's the same thing as what? All over. That means A times B over, what is it? C. And the same thing is applicable to this question. What do we need to do? So we just need to say, told you for every problem there must be a solution. So if you are doing SSC examination, working on SSC certificate, I want you to know that when you are working on theory, you have to write the question. Writing the question is an additional mark. So let's rewrite the question. Log 54 base 3 plus log 15 base 3 minus log 10 base 3. So what do we need to do? All these terms are in the same log. So this is log to base 3. Then bracket, what do we have here? 54 plus 15. So we turn the plus to what? To times, giving us 54 times 15. And we have minus. What does that minus stand for? That is all over, which is division. So that is all over what? All over 10. All over 10. Then my bracket close. So what is? I have log to base 3, 54 times 15. 54 times 15, press my calculator. 54 times 15, okay, 54 times 15, giving me 0 to 25 plus 2, 27, that is 4, 5. Then add this together, we have 0, we have 1, we have 8, 10. So I have 810 divided by 10. 810 divided by 10. By multiplying my 54 and 15 together. So 810, if you look at this, is 0 cancel is 0. What do we have left? We have log to base 3, 81. Log 81 base 3. And what do you need to do? You can't leave your answer here. If you leave your answer here, this is half done. That means you are going to get half mark. What do you need to do? You need to break this what? 81 down by expressing 81 in the power of what? Of 3. Let's break 81 down in the power of 3. So let's break it down. Use 3 to divide this. We give us what? 27. 3 in 27. We have 9. 3 in 9. We have 3. 3 and 3, 1. That is, how many 3 do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. That giving us what? Log 3 raised to power 4 base what? Base 3. I believe you understand. I derive this. Okay, we've done something like this in indices before. Then what do you need to do? You remember the law that says that if you have something like this, log m raised to power b base a. What does it mean? It means that you can see the power. You carry the power to the what? To the front side of the what? Of the log, giving us b log what? Log m base what? Base a. And the same thing is applicable here. Looking at the power, what we have here is what? Is 4. So what do we need to do? You carry the 4, you now say what? 4 log what? Log 3 base what? Base 3. So what do we need to do? If you could remember, I told you that log, the same base, will give us what? 1. You still remember? Having this log a base a is equal to 1. That is the law. Log a base a, that means that if I have log 1000 base 1000 will give me what? 1. And looking at this particular question now, looking at this question, what we have here is what? Log 3 base 3. So my final answer now will now be what? 4 times log 3 base 3 is what, everybody? 1. Thank you very much. That is 1. Then giving us what? 4. That means what I'm looking for is what? Is 4. That is the question number 2. Question number 2. Now, let me move to question number 3. Okay, let me clean this. Question number 3. Question number 3. Question number 3 says, without using tables, evaluate 2 plus log 20 base 10 minus log 2 base 10. Now, look at this particular question, please. Look at this question very well. You are going to see that the first number is not onto log. But when you look at the second one, this one is log 20, log 2. Why this one is a whole number? What do we need to do? But I want you to take note of something. Since what we have here is log 10, log 10, log 10. What you need to do is that what? You need to make sure that everything you have here must be log. How do we convert 2 to log? You remember the law that says what? That says once we have something like this, log 10 base 10. You know, this is a whole number. 10 is raised to power 1. What is going to be my answer? 1. Log 10 raised to power 2 base 10. Do you know how I got this one? The one moved to the what? To the front of the log. Definitely 1 is going to be my answer. Looking at this, the 2 will come to this side now. It will now be what? 2 log 10 base 10, which is going to what? Come back to this. This is what I mean. It's going to be what? 2 log 10 base 10. Then what do I need? 2 times log 10 base 10 is what, everybody? 1. Then giving me what? 2. That means that what I needed, or what is needed, is what? Is 2 here. Log 10 raised to power 3 base 10 is what, everybody? 3. Log 10 raised to power 4 base 10 is what? 4. And so on and so forth. Then what we have here is 2. Looking at this question, they just want to confuse you having this kind of number. So what do you need to do? You turn these 2 to what? To log in base 10, giving us what? Log 10 raised to power what? 2 base 10. Do you know I can still convert this one to this one back? I will just carry the 2 to the what? To the front of the log. And it's going to give me 2 what? 2 log 10 base 10. And this will eventually give me what? 2. Then coming back to this. I believe you understand what I'm doing here. Okay, thank you. Now, what do we need to do now? I've done this, I've converted this. They write this log 20 base 10 minus log what? Log 2 base 10. You can see everything is to base what? Base 10. Everything is to base 10. Now, what do I need to do? Base 10, base 10, base 10. I just need to say log to base 10 brackets. What do I have here? 10 raised to power 2. And what is 10 raised to power 2? 100, correct? So that is 10 times 10, giving me what? 100. So I have 100 plus, this is plus. The sign we change to what? Times. That is times, what is it? 20 minus is what, everybody? Over, which is division, divided by what? By 2, then bracket close. So what do I get? Log to base 10, I have 2 here, 1, 2 in 20 is what? 10. Or 100 times 10 is what? That is 1,000. 1,000. 100 times 10. What you just need to do is to just add this 0 to this 100, giving us 1,000. Now, you know, I told you, you can't leave your answer like this, bigger number. What do you need to do? Express your log in the power of what? Base 10. How do we express it? That means that this 1,000 in the power of base 10, how many 10 can we see here? We have 100. Then use 100 again. How many 100 can we see here? We have 10. I mean, 10 can we see in 100? 10. 10 again, 10 in 10, 1. That is 1, 2, 3. Giving us what? Log 10 raised to power 3 base 10. So what do we get here now? The 3 as a power. We come to the front, giving us what? 3 log what? Log 10 base 10. And what is log 10 base 10? 1, correct. So what do we get now? That is 3 times, this one we turn to 1. That is 1. And my final answer is what? Is 3. That is my answer. And if you look at this, please. If you look at this 1,000, you can see that is tantamount to this 81. We express this 81 in the power of base what? Base 3. And we express this 1,002 in the power of base what? Base 10. Are you following me, please? Okay? That is example number 3. Example number 3. Now, we move to example number 4. Example number 4. Example number 4. Example number 4 says, simplify log 8 base x minus log 2 base x plus log 4 base x. Now, looking at this question, what do we do? All of them, they are in the same base. The same base. So what do we need to do? We are just going to say log 2 base what? Base x, brackets. Looking at this, that is 8. If I arrange this thing in order, according to board mass, looking at this, addition will come before what? Subtraction. So what do I need to do? Let me rearrange this so that you will understand better. This is log 8 base x. Which one will come first? Between subtraction and addition? Addition, correct. So it's going to be what? Plus log 4 base what? Base x. And what we have here? Minus log 2 base x. So that means that what I have here is that what? What I have here now, let me write it. So this one will now give me what? Log 8 base x. It will now be what? Plus log 4 base x minus log what? Log 2 base x. So what do I get here? Now this one will now give me what? I have log 2 base x bracket. What is this, everybody? 8. That is 8. What is this sign? Plus. It will turn to what? Times. Correct. Thank you very much. That is 8 times what? Times 4. Then minus means all over. Thank you very much. All over what? All over 2. Then giving me what? I have log 2 base x 8 times 4, or I can just say 2 here 1, 2 in 4 is what? Is 2. 8 times 2 is what? Is 16. Is 16. If we want to break this thing down into the power of what? Of 2, you can say what? That is what? 2 raised to power what? That is 8. That is 4, 2, 2, 2. 2 raised to power 4. I can now say log 2 raised to power 4 base what? Base x. In which my final answer is going to be what? Take this 4 to the front. It will now be 4 log what? Log 2 base x, which is my final answer. But in some cases, if you are working on OBJ question, they can stop here. One of the options can be this one, then you stop here. I believe you understand what we're doing here. Okay? Number 4. Now, what I'm going to do now is that for 5 minutes now, I'm going to give you, for 5 minutes, I'm going to give you 2 questions. You quickly solve it for me. Then I'm not going to do the what? The correction of that 2 questions. Now, the 2 questions are number 1. Number 1. Number 1. The 2 questions. The first question, so let me just call it exercise. It says simplify log root 1000 base 10. That is number 1. Number 2 says evaluate log 45 base 10 plus log 9 raised to power minus 1 base 10 minus log 2 raised to power minus 1 base 10. So you have only 5 minutes to solve this, and your time starts now. 5 minutes. Okay, I guess your time is up. Now let's quickly solve this question. Let's solve this question. Now for question number 1. Question number 1. Question number 1. We have log second root of 1000 base 10. that is square root of 1000 base 10. If you could remember vividly, I told you we have something like this. Square root of a is what, everybody? That is a raised to power 1 over 2. The cube root of a means a raised to power 1 over 3. The quadrat root of a means a raised to power 1 over 4, etc. Now, the same thing is applicable to this. I can just say log to base 10. This is what? This is 1000 raised to power what? Raised to power 1 all over what? All over 2, because it's square root. Now, what do we need to do now? You can see this is 1000, and we need to express it in the power of base 10. How do we express it? That is going to give us 10 raised to power what? 3. That is 10 times 10 times 10. 10 times 10, 100. 100 times 10, 1000. So what do we have now? We have log 10 raised to power 3, or bracket close, 1 all over 2 base 10. So what do we have? We have log to base 10. We have log what? Log 10. That is what? It means that 3 times 1 all over 2. And what is 3 times 1 all over 2? 3 times 1 is 3, then all over 2. So what we have here is 3 all over 2. So we have 3 all over 2 as our what? As our power. So what do we need to do? If you could remember, we carry the power to the what? To the front. So it will now be what? 3 all over 2 log what? Log 10 base 10. Giving us what? 3 all over 2. Log 10 base 10 is what, everybody? 1. Correct. That is times 1. And my final answer is 3 all over 2. Or I can say, how many 2 can I see here? That is one number 1 all over 2. That is the first question. And the second question now, let me quickly solve the second question. The second question is number 2. We have log 45 base 10 plus log 9 raised to power minus 1 base 10 minus log 2 raised to power minus 1, and that is base 10. What do we need to do? We need to convert it. We have log, everything is to base 10. That is log to base 10. What do we have here? That is 45 is plus. So we need to change it to times. That is times. What is this, everybody? A raised to power minus 1 means what? 1 all over a. So the same thing is going to be applicable to this. So what are we going to have? 1 all over 9. Minus means what? Everything all over. What is this? 1, 2 raised to power minus 1 is the same procedure. We are going to say what? 1 all over 2. 1 all over 2. So what do we have now? We now have log to base 10. 9 here 1, 9 here is what? 5. So 5 times 1 is what? Is 5. 5 all over 1 all over 2, which is the same thing as what? As log to base 10, that is 5 all over 1 times 2 all over 1. How would I get this? That is 5 all over 1 all over 2 is the same thing as 5 all over 1 divided, you know, all over means divided by 1 all over 2, which will simply give me 5 all over 1. Turn this one to what? Times. That is times. This one will go up, this one will come down. That is 2 all over 1. That was what I got here. So now, what do we get now? We now get what? That is log what? 5 times 1, 5 times 2 is what? 10. 10 divided by 1 is what? So it's 10. We still give me 10. So I have log 10 base what? Base 10. And log 10 base 10 is what, everybody? 1. And that is my final answer. Log 10 base 10 is 1. So the first question, the final answer is 3 over 2, while the second one is 1. How many people get this? Okay, everybody. Thank you very much. And I believe you understand this. Any question on this, please? Any question? No more question? Okay, you have a question? No question? Okay. And we need to call it a day. We need to call it a shot. And I believe with these few points, I'm able to convince you